How is everybody today? Good, I trust. That's good. I forgot it was muted. All right, so let's just start, coming into our class and just settling into your seat. You can even rock back and forth a little bit, feel your sits bones settling into the chair. And of course, the chair settles into the floor, and the floor settles into the concrete, and the concrete settles into the earth. So we're getting grounded. And, bring your feet to about 2 fists apart and start to press your feet down into the floor. If you're pressing your feet down into the floor and your sits bones down into the seat, then you want to bring your shoulders over your hips, and then bring your ears over your shoulders. You want a straight line going down the side, and then bring your chin parallel with the floor. What we're doing is, by sitting that way, we're opening up the airways so that we can breathe as freely as possible. And then we're going to start to do, actually, I looked at something online this week that I thought would be kind of neat to do. They call it a navel meditation. So the navel being, right down in your belly, right? So you're breathing into your navel, nice and deeply, feeling your navel expand. But I'm going to read what I printed out here anyway. So still sitting up nice and straight and breathing into your navel. Listen to this explanation. Navel meditation can be done by a beginner as you focus your breath on your belly and your breathing. Journeys of lifelong evolution often begin simply. No matter how complex the goal or desire we have nurtured in our souls, the first steps we take are nearly always basic and uncomplicated. Navel meditation, a creation of the Taoist tradition and the oldest form of meditation recognized in China and India, is a simple practice suitable for those experienced in the art of meditation. Yet it is also a wonderful introductory meditation for novices. It utilizes the natural rhythms of the breath and the regular movement of the abdomen as a means to focus awareness and rid oneself of extraneous thoughts. As you concentrate on the breath, the chaos within reveals itself, allowing you to gently train your mind to accept stillness as a natural state. To begin, assume a comfortable and natural seated position, like we did. I'll skip that. For the chair facing forward, maintaining an upright, balanced posture will ensure that you are physically centered and prevent fatigue. Close your eyes and relax your body gradually, starting at the toes and ending at the crown of the head. Take a moment to note any physical sensations you are feeling, such as the hardness of the floor under your legs or the weight of a piece of jewelry. When you are relaxed, breathe through the nose at your natural pace. With each inhalation, draw air deep into the abdomen, allowing the area surrounding your navel to rise and fall. Gradually focus your attention on the sensations caused by the inhalation and exhalation of the breath. Feel the air flowing in and out of the nostrils, as well as the expansion and contraction of the abdomen. If you find it difficult to concentrate on both sensations, concentrate on the movement of the navel area. As you endeavor to commune with the breath, you may notice that your mind strays. When this occurs, do not attach any significance to your thoughts. Simply bring your attention back to the flow of air into and out of your body and the rise and fall of your navel. Eventually, the torrent of mental noise flooding your mind will slow to a trickle, and you will learn to control the current of your thoughts until you are no longer at the mercy of your reactions. The more you practice this meditation daily if possible, the more you will be able to get back to the relaxed state easily through your day. So hopefully you were breathing and practicing navel meditation all the way through that. But I just thought that was another way to explain that way that we try to breathe diaphragmatically. We're breathing deeper, because that's the part that we lose usually under stress and stuff, is we stop breathing into the belly. And that shortens our breath, allows us, we get less oxygen, we become more tired, we can't think as well, we can't move as well. All that sort of thing is impacted by the amount of oxygen that you're bringing into your body. So let's just take our hands together in front of our heart, still continuing to sit, with a straight posture, chin up. And let's go ahead and set an intention for our practice today. And the intention can be anything you want it to be, but preferably something that you'd like to see more of in your life. More joy, more peace, more freedom, all those sort of things. And go ahead and set that intention. And then if there's anybody in your life that you'd like to send out a blessing to, somebody that might need a little support, or you think might be having a difficult time, or just to everybody that may be having a difficult time. Let's go ahead and set that blessing in between our palms. And then we're going to send that blessing out to the world with one Om. So deep breath in. And release your hands, open your eyes. You can bring your hands down to the side. And one of the things that I don't always emphasize, probably as much as I should, is the breathing in and breathing out continually during your practice. And I guess the type of yoga that I've been trained in primarily is Hatha yoga, right? And Hatha yoga is based on marrying the breath with movement, right? So basically, to explain it to you, and I think one of the reasons that I don't say it is that I've had teachers that just kept saying it all the time, and it just kind of annoyed me. I kind of don't do it. But I want to try to focus on that because it really is so important, right? So basically, anytime that you are expanding your body, or extension, they call it in physiology, but like anytime you're extending your body, so you bring your arms up over your head and you're breathing in. And then whenever you flex your body, which would be anything like coming down or bringing in, you're exhaling, right? So anytime you're flexing and flexion and it's flexing. All right, so the words confuse me sometimes. But anyway, just so you know, anytime you're opening up, you're breathing in. Anytime you're closing things up a little bit, that's exhale. Inhale, exhale. So to take that a little bit further, let's just, we're going to start with our cat-cow today. So sitting up, you're still sitting nice and straight. We're going to take a deep breath in, which is extending, right? And then we're going to exhale. And as you exhale, push your belly button back towards your spine. And you're flexing at this point. And then inhaling to extend, arching your back, pushing your belly forward. And then exhaling to extend, to flex. Inhaling, extending, you can bring your arms back. And exhaling, extension. And try to make each movement the length of your breath. So as you're focusing on your inhale, and then as you're focusing on your complete exhale, making your movement the same length as your breath. And exhale. Then we're going to pause for a second. And just checking in on your posture again, ankles under your knees, sitting up nice and straight, shoulders over the hips, ears over the shoulders, chin parallel with the floor. And we're going to, as we inhale, we're going to lift the right leg and the left arm. And then as we lower the right leg and the left arm, we're going to exhale. And inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Pause for a second. Then we're going to take our left leg Extend that out, right arm up as we inhale. And as we exhale, lower back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And then we're going to scooch up on our seat a little bit. And we're going to bring our legs wide. And you can even think of this more as like a goddess pose, right? So as we inhale, we're going to bring our arms up to the sides like this, right? And you can turn your toes out if you want to feel like you're actually on the mat doing this. And you can yawn if you'd like. And then we're just going to have our arms like this for a sec. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring our arms back down to the side and slowly roll yourself forward. Then we're going to reach the right hand all the way out to the right. Take a few breaths here. Bring the right hand all the way in. Take the left hand all the way out. Bring it all the way in. And then as we inhale, we're coming back up. And our arms up for the extension. And then back down to the flexion. We're going to roll forward, our hands in between. And this time we're going to walk our hands over to the right, both hands. And we'll come back to center. Walk the hands over to the left. And come back to center. And then we're going to slowly roll up. One vertebrae at a time as we inhale and bring the arms back up to goddess pose. And then as we take another deep breath in, and then as we exhale, folding forward again in between the legs, and we're going to reach the arm to the left, and bring that hand back in, reach the right hand to the right, get a little stretch there. Come back in, and then rolling back up as we inhale, bringing the arms back over the head to goddess. We're going to do this one more time, okay? So let's take a deep breath in again, and then as you exhale, folding forward, and this time we're going to take the right hand to the left. Take a breath there. Bring the arm back. Then we're going to take the left arm to the right. And then we'll come back. And then we're going to roll up, taking a deep breath in. Back up to goddess. And then we'll bring our arms back down to the side. You can bring your feet back in. And just kind of shake your shoulders out a little bit. We did a little bit of shoulder work there. We're also starting to get the hips loosened up. We loosened up the spine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come to standing. And what we're going to do is I'll turn my chair sideways. You don't have to do it this way, but just so you can see a little bit better. And what we're going to do is put your hands on your on the seat of your chair, right? And then you can scooch back a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of room underneath. Okay. And then what we're going to do first is we're going to bring that right knee up towards your chest. Well, I'll do the left leg first. So you can see it. Left knee up, right? And then we're going to shoot it back behind us, right? And then shifting your weight into your left hand, bring your right arm up for bird dog. And then we're just going to take a couple breaths in bird dog. Then we're going to lower that right hand back down, lower the left leg back down, and then we are going to bring the left knee, the right knee up to the chest, and then shoot it back behind you. Try to get even with your hips if you can. We're going to shift our weight into our right hand, And lift our left hand up for bird dog. And in this pose, we're inhaling as we come up into bird dog. Taking a few breaths, taking another inhale. And as you exhale, bring the left hand down, bring the right leg down. That feel all right for everybody? Okay. So now let's, we're going to do the left side again. So we'll bring the left knee up, shoot it back behind us, shift your weight into your left hand. Maybe bring that right hand up for bird dog. Breathing in as you bring the right hand up. And exhale, bringing that hand back down, bringing the left leg back down. Now we're going to do the right side again. So we're going to bring the knee up to the chest and shoot it out behind us. Shifting the weight into the right hand, lift up the left arm. And then lowering the left arm, lowering the right foot. And let's call it with that. But now what we're going to do is after this is we're going to do, it's similar to a child's pose kind of position. So we're just going to bend both knees and just coming down as far as you can, right? And get a nice stretch of your back here. And if you're really flexible, you can come all the way down, but don't feel like you have to. But, as you do it, just to where you're comfortable, get a nice little stretch of the back, which would be, let's come back up on the inhale. And then exhale, this would be the flexion part as you bend the knees. And going slowly here, inhaling, back up, and exhaling, reflection, right? And then we're going to come back up. And we're going to move a little bit closer to the chair. And, depending upon how comfortable you are, how balanced you feel, to put your foot up on the chair. You can also come to the back of the chair so you have something to hold on to. And just put your foot on the back of the chair. Right? And that way you have something to hold on to. But ideally, we would like to come up like this and bring your arms out to the side. And as you bring your arms up out to the side, inhale. And then as you exhale, turn your arms to the side. And inhale, coming back to center. And then exhaling, going to the left. So we're swinging our arms out to the side here, getting a good twist. And as we exhale to the right, inhale back center, exhale left, inhale back center. We'll drop our arms down, bring that foot down. You can shake the legs out a little bit here if it's getting to you. There's a little less in the chair, more on the feet today. So hopefully everybody's good with that. And then we can go to the other side, right? So we can bring that left foot up, right? And then what we're going to do is we are going to bring our arms up to our sides as we inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to turn our bodies as far as we can to the right. You don't want to move into pain, but you want to kind of meet your edge. And inhaling back center, exhaling to the left. Inhaling back center, exhaling right, inhaling back center, exhaling left, inhale back center, bring your arms down. Let's just shake those shoulders out, bring your foot off the chair, just like you have a jacket on that you don't have your arms in the sleeve, and just imagine that you're flipping those sleeves around, right? And it just gives you a nice loosening up of the shoulders. And let's see. So now, if you're not at the back of the chair, let's just go to the side of the chair. And this time, instead of bringing the foot up onto the chair, we're going to bring the knee up, put the knee down, and the other leg can be back. And then what we're going to do is bring that hand down next to the knee, and we're going to take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring your body down. And inhale, back up, so we're extending up. And exhaling down as we flex. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then if you don't need the chair for your balance here, but if you do, keep holding onto the chair. We're just going to do a couple more. But as you come down, we're going to lift that arm up and over. And then as we inhale, we're going to bring the arm back. And exhale, bring the arm up and over. Inhale the arm back. And then we'll come back up. And we're going to switch to the other side. So you can stay on the same side of the chair, or you can go to the other side. But you go ahead and put that left knee up. Right? And if this is causing any pain, you can do it without putting your leg up on your knee up. We're just getting a little more of an extension here. So now as we take a deep breath in, bring your arms up. And then as we exhale, we're going to fold forward, and you can hold onto the chair with one hand and coming forward. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And then we're going to take the left arm, and we're going to bring it up as we go forward. So taking a deep breath in, and as we exhale, coming forward and in, exhaling up, and no, inhaling up, exhaling down, and inhaling up, exhaling down, and inhaling up. And then we've been on free for a little bit. Let's come back to the chair. And if you need to turn your chair around again, go ahead and do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to come back to our seat and just settle in again. Maybe shake those arms out again if that feels right. And then we're going to do our cat-cows here. So we're going to do another round of cat-cows. So basically, as we inhale, as we extend, bring our head up. And then as we exhale, pushing the belly button back towards the spine, rolling forward. And inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And you're following your breath here, but after you get to a cat again, let's just come to a neutral spine. And then even though it's the opposite of the way we want to breathe, we're going to reverse the breath just so we can do a lion, right? So everybody's familiar with the lion, right? So basically, let's inhale to cat and exhale lion. Inhale cat. Inhale cat. Exhale lion. Inhale cat. Exhale, one. Ah. That sounds better when there's more people in the room, but anyway. So hopefully you feel pretty good now. Maybe close your eyes for a second to see how you feel. Deep breath in, exhale. Okie dokie. So let's turn our knees all the way to the right. Hopefully you don't have a chair with arms on. We're going to come to sitting sideways, right? So the right side of your tush is still on the chair, your knee. You can hold on to the chair if you need support. Then we're going to drop that left knee down and the left foot back. And we're coming into we're bringing the arms up over the head. We're coming into a warrior pose, right? So, making sure that your ankle's underneath your knee and your left foot's back, and knee should be pretty much aligned with the hips down towards the floor. Arms straight up, chin level with the floor. And then we're going to turn our torso to the left, drop the right forearm to the right thigh, and then reach up and over with that left arm. On the inhale, and then on the exhale, bringing that arm back, looking up, maybe hanging onto the chair. And this should probably be the inhale part of it. Then as we exhale, turning the torso to the left, right forearm to right thigh, left arm reaches up and over. And then as we inhale, we windmill that arm back, holding onto the chair and look up for reverse warrior. And we'll do that one more time. So as we exhale, reach the left arm up and over, and exhale. And inhale, windmill the arm back, grab it onto the chair, look up. And then just coming back to bringing your left knee up, meet the other one, turning to the left. And how do you feel after that? Is that a good one? All right, just kind of bounce the knees out a little bit here, maybe windshield wipe them a little bit. Just keeping us loose. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn all the way to the left. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, right? So we want to take that right foot back so that it comes, pretty much straight line going up here. And we want that left ankle underneath the knee. And you can have your toes tucked, or you could even point your toes if you want. Get a little bit more of actually to loosen up your thigh a little bit. And you might get Charlie's horse or something, so anyway. All right, so now we're going to inhale the arms up over the head for warrior one. And just bring one arm up if you need some balancing support with the chair. And then we're going to turn our torso all the way to the right. Drop the left forearm to the left thigh. And as we exhale, reaching up and over. Inhaling to windmill the arm back. And bring that left arm up. Look up towards the sky or hold on to the chair. And then as you exhale, bringing that left forearm down, turn the torso out, arm up and over. And then inhaling, windmill the arm back. And that left arm up, look up towards the ceiling for reverse warrior. And then as you exhale, turning your torso out, left forearm to the left thigh, reaching up and over. And we're going to windmill ourselves back. And you never want to move into pain with any of these poses. So bring that left knee back up and walk yourself around so that we're straight again. And let's go ahead and we'll just do some leg extensions here. So basically what we're doing is on the inhale, we'll bring the foot up. And then we're going to circle our toes going in one direction. We're going to pause and go the opposite direction. And you want to try and use as much or as good a range of motion as you can. So you want to make as big a circle as you can with your toes. And then we'll pause. We're going to point our toe, flex our foot. So inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Bring that leg back down, shake it out a little bit. And a little windshield wiper. Alrighty. So now we're going to do the left leg. So we're going to bring the left leg up on the inhale. And as you exhale, I guess you could start to make your circles with your toe. And then we're going to pause. We'll go the opposite direction. And you may notice the command doesn't always work for going one direction or the other. It doesn't work that well. It's like there's not a good connection between the host and the body part. So it's kind of got some frequency in there issues. And that's how we fix it, is we move our joints. So now we're going to point our toe on the inhale and flex our foot. On the exhale, point, inhale, flex, exhale, point, inhale, flex, inhale, point, inhale, flex, inhale. And we're going to drop the leg back down. Just bounce your knees around a little bit and swing them side to side or windshield wiper. Ready? So now, let's see. Let's do our little bit of a core exercise here, just to get a little bit of that in. All right. So now we're going to bring both legs up, and if you ever have trouble having your legs up, just drop them down to the floor and do the motions there, and it'll be easier on your whatever muscles are hurt. Okay. So now we're going to spread our legs wide together, and inhale wide, exhale together, inhale wide, exhale together, inhale wide, exhale together. And then we're going to go, let's see, inhale up with the right foot, down with the left, and start to alternate. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And if you want to try to do it, if you're familiar with zombies, you might want to do this. Maybe make a zombie noise like, and then we'll pause, bring the legs back down, and sitting back up and shaking those legs out a little bit, get bouncing up and down. Okey-doke. Now, I always like to do this one too. So hopefully you have a ball. If you don't have a ball, you can use other objects in your house. But I particularly I like the spiky ball. But basically, what we do is we start to roll our foot around. This is really good for circulation in your feet and breaking up the fascia so that it's not, like probably the first thing I think about whenever I stand up is how my feet feel. So if they hurt, I'm not going to stand up as much. You know what I mean? Just doesn't make sense. But I find if I take care of my feet, they certainly don't hurt as much, No. It took me 62 years to learn it, but hey, slow learner. And then, rolling around with the ball on your foot, just breaking everything up. If you don't have the spikies, a little bit of pressure does the same thing. And it begins to warm the fascia up, and as fascia gets thick, as it gets cold, So what we do is we move it around, it starts to warm up, and before you know it, your foot's feeling pretty good. And then you want to roll the arch of your foot. And that's where you might find some spots that are a little more tender. And you can just sort of maybe even find that spot and just hold still for a second and let the pressure do its job. And it should start to let go, and then you just kind of roll on. But if you find that you're sitting on a pressure point, or with what they call a lot of times, or a sensitive trigger point, that sort of thing, 20 seconds is too long, so just let it go. Come back again. And then we're going to take our foot off of the ball. And we're going to sit up for a second, feet on the floor, close your eyes for a second, and then just notice how your right foot feels as compared to your left. And it should feel better, you know. So if it doesn't, don't do the other foot, of course. But if it does, go ahead and move on to the other foot. And I always like to do that as a proof of concept, you know, that something that we're doing that is making a difference, right? So taking care of the feet is pretty much number one priority, you know, in my book. So rolling around, getting the foot nice and loose. And of course, if you want to put more pressure on it, you just make sure that your knee is right on top of the ball. And you can get a lot more pressure that way. But of course, the more pressure that you put on it, the slower you should go. You may even find over time that you actually kind of like doing it. And if you feel like you got that foot pretty good, we're going to go ahead and put the ball off to the side. And then we can do our happy feet dance. Okay, so that should do it for the feet. And let's come up to standing again so we can put our hands on our knees and press on our knees, come up to standing. And let's see. So now we're going to take our right foot up onto the chair. And you can hold on to the side of the chair if you need to, right? And what we're going to do is, if you can extend that left leg back a little bit, like this, but don't go too far that you lose your balance. We're just going to do this is like a lunge, right? This would be more of a low lunge. As you bend into that right knee, you'll feel some tightness in your quadricep, right in front of your thigh. You can come up on your toes here if you want. You just kind of undulate back and forth a little bit here. Loosen things up. And then we're going to bend into the knee. Bring your hands up to a prayer. If you still need the balance with the chair, you can keep that hand there. And then turn to your left with your hands in prayer position. And we'll just stay in this position for a couple breaths. And if you don't have to hold the chair, you'd be like this. And then turning your body back forward again. And then we'll bring that foot off of the chair. Shake it out a little bit. Shake the other leg out a little bit. And let's go to the other side of the chair. And we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to put that left foot up. We have the right foot up on the other side. And this is mostly just so that you're close to the support here, right? And you can keep your foot there, or you can maybe bounce it back a little bit. And then we're going to bend into that left knee, and you'll feel that stretch. and then come out of it. And gently going into it. You don't want to go into pain. And just kind of lengthening. Because the quadricep muscle, the front of your thigh, gets really tight when you sit a lot. That's why we're trying to lengthen it a little bit. And then the next time your knees forward and your hands up to prayer, or if you need the support, bring one hand up and turn your torso out. And take a few breaths here. And what we're doing here is we're actually getting an adductor stretch as well on the inside of the leg. So we're getting 2 for the price of 1, if you want to look at that. Like BOGO, buy one, get one kind of thing. No, that'd be BOTO, I guess. Buy 2, yeah, whatever. Anyway. So then we're going to untwist out of that. And we'll bring that leg back off of the chair. Shake the legs out a little bit here. And what we're going to do is we're going to come to standing on the side of the chair. Right? And I haven't done this one in a while, but basically called Mr. Peanut, right? So we take our right leg, cross that left foot over, put the toes down on the floor, right? Like Mr. Peanut legs, right? And if you'd like to, you can bring the right arm up, right? Make a circle with your fingers like this, right? And then reverse your hand around and bring your eye like that. And then imagine that the chair is a cane, and this is Mr. Peanut, okay? Now we'll release that, the arm down, uncross the legs, and then we'll go to the other side of the chair. And we'll do Mr. Peanut on this side, right? So we're standing next to the chair, right where the back of the chair is. Then we're going to cross the left foot over the right foot, toes on the floor. And then we're going to reach the left arm up and making a spectacle, I guess you'd call it, right? A monocle. I think they call it a monocle, yeah. Anyway, so then we're going to take the fingers and you reverse the hands to the side of the face and come up like that. And you got your cane right here. And there's our Mr. Peanut. And then we'll reverse that back out. And down, uncross the legs. We'll shake everything out. See if you can shake everything at the same time. It's not easy, but just imagine a boneless chicken on a boneless chicken farm. So just kind of, all the chickens are going around. It's pretty funny to watch, actually, if you've never seen it. But anyway, let's come back to our seat. And let's, settling back into our seat, feet underneath the, ankles underneath the knees, about 2 fists apart, right? It's hip distance, right? And let's ground into our feet first, right? So we're gonna press down on the big toe mound, a point on the inside of the heel. The pinky toe mound, press down on that, and a point on the outside of the heel. So you're pressing down on 4 corners of the feet at the same time, right? And then settling back into your sits bones, right? Pull your stomach in, bring your shoulders back over your hips, ears over the shoulders, chin parallel with the floor. Bring your hands to the anatomical position or palms facing forward, chin parallel with the floor. Then close your eyes and see if you can imagine a mountain. This is mountain pose. We're going to inhale our arms up over our head. Get a nice stretch here as we inhale up to this. And then as we exhale, folding forward, you might have to spread your knees a little bit if you have a big belly like I do. And just letting your arms drop down to the floor. Then we can put our hands into opposite elbow creases. Just kind of let your arms dangle there. Get a little bit of a back extension. And release our hands. And we'll slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. And when your chin comes back parallel with the floor, inhaling the arms up over the head and bringing hands back down, front of your chest in prayer position. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. Release breath and bring the arms down to the side. Shake the arms out a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring our arms out in front. Right? We're going to make a fist with the thumb out. Turn the thumbs up. Bring your hands in next to your chest. And then see if you can bring your elbows together on your back. And then push your elbows down towards the floor. And take a breath here. And then just let your arms go back down to the side without letting go of your shoulders. And just take a mental picture of this. This is where we'd rather your shoulders were, right? Because, you know, over time, what happens to a lot of people is we start to roll forward and down like this. And it keeps going over time until you like Mr. Burns on the what's that, The Simpsons. That's what you'll end up, what you could end up like. Let's put it that way. And shake it out a little bit. All right. And then just so we remember it, we'll do it again. Hands up. Make a fist. Turn your thumbs up. Bring your fists in next to your chest. And then press your elbows together. And then press your elbows down towards the floor. Chin up parallel with the floor. You can even tuck your chin in a little bit. That's another thing that'll kind of give you a little more power feeling there. And then keeping your shoulders where they are, let your arms come down to the side. And we'll just kind of shake that out again. All right, so hopefully everybody's feeling good. Let's come up to standing one more time. So we're going to have hands on the knees, come back up to standing, and let's do a little polarity work here. So polarity works with the electrical currents in your body, and there's different methods we have to get that to come up, right? So one of the ways you can do it is, you know, have your feet about hip distance apart, you know, and then as you come up onto your toes, bring your arms up over your head, and this can be a little bit of a balancing exercise as well. And then as you exhale, come back down onto your heels and inhale the arms back up. And exhale the arms back down. And then up on your toes, bring your arms up over your head. And exhale, bring them down. So now what we do to really get the energy going is as we come up on our toes, bring your arms up. As we exhale, we make a ha sound. So we go ha, right? So inhale up onto the toes, ha, and ha. So deep inhale up, ha down, ha, 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 ha. And then pause. Close your eyes for a second. Just notice how you feel. And it's always kind of amazing to me how much different you can feel with such little bit of effort, right? Just kind of, at least I hope everybody feels that way. If I'm not the only one, but I don't think so. Randolph Stone, the guy who wrote a lot about it, he might have even invented it, I don't know. But that's what he spent his life doing, so I think he felt that way anyway. So, all right, so now let's let's just come forward a little bit, and we're just going to do a simple little exercise where you just kind of flopping your arms around. And kind of wind it down a little bit, get near the end of the class. And just allowing your hands to hit your body wherever they land. And come back to center. All righty. So now we're going to do our rolling our hands around, right? So we take our hands, interlace our fingers, and then we're just going to roll the wrists going in one direction. And then we're going to pause and go the opposite direction. So we're basically like making little meatballs, right? Or matzo balls if you're into that kind of thing. And then we're going to pause, and we are going to make a little bit of pasta or spaghetti. Just letting those arms bend like noodles, right? And we got our, well, we'll go with meatballs and spaghetti. And what else do we need? Maybe a little bit of Parmesan cheese and just shake it out. Shake it out real good. You know, just to the point of how much cheese you like, of course. If you like a lot of cheese, just a little cheese. And shake everything out, shake your neck out. And actually, it's one area I didn't really do today. So let's finish with our our neck exercises, right? So we come back down to our seat and sitting up nice and straight. You know, ankles under the knees, grounding into the feet, shoulders over the hips, ears over the shoulders, chin parallel with the floor. And what we're going to do is just imagine that there's like a suction cup came down and it's pulling your head up towards the ceiling. Right, so then we're going to take a deep inhale. And then as we exhale, bending the head to the left, bringing the left ear closer to the left shoulder. And then as we inhale, extending, we'll come up, press the head up towards the ceiling, and flexing to the right, bending the head to the right, right ear closer to the right shoulder. Continuing to look straight ahead. And don't move into pain. You know, but take a couple breaths here, and you might breathe yourself into a little bit more of a stretch, but don't push into pain. And then inhaling back up, extension. And then we're going to twist our head all the way to the left, looking over your left shoulder. And the exhale that was. Breathing into this. And looking straight forward again. And then we're going to twist our head all the way to the right. And here again, listening to your body, not moving into pain, following your breath. It was an exhale to get here. And then inhaling your head back straight. And then we are going to tuck our chin to our chest. And here again, taking a couple breaths. It was mainly the exhale that brought us into this movement. So as we come back up, we're going to wait for our next inhale. Inhaling our head up straight. And we'll exhale to lift our chin up towards the ceiling. And inhaling back up straight, chin parallel with the floor. We're going to move our head halfway to the left, turn it halfway to the left. We're going to tuck our chin there. We feel a nice stretch down the back right side of your neck. Take a breath. Untucking your chin, looking straight forward. And then we are going to inhale. Then as we exhale, move your head halfway to the right. Tuck your chin there. Feeling a nice stretch down the back left side of your neck. Inhaling back up. Looking straight forward again. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make little circles with our nose. So making a little circle about the size of a marble. Then make it a little bit bigger, the size of a golf ball. And a little bit bigger, the size of a baseball. And a little bigger, the size of a softball. A little bigger than that, the size of a volleyball. A little bigger than that, the size of a basketball. And the size of a yoga ball. So you're making as big a circle as you can because nobody can really make it size of a yoga ball, but we try. And as you complete your yoga ball circle, pause. And then continuing with the yoga ball, start to go the opposite direction. And moving at the speed that's comfortable for your body, of course. And then we'll go down to the size of a basketball. Soccer ball. Volleyball. Softball. Baseball. Tennis ball. Golf ball. And a marble. And if you had your eyes closed, you can open your eyes. And then we're just going to balance everything out by shaking out. We're going to go. Okay. And that should feel nice and comfortable there now. So we're now going to go into Savasana. So let's just kind of relax in our chair as best we can. You can stretch your feet out. Some people can even go into an easy pose on their chair. But you can even just go partial easy pose like this. Rest your hands on your lap or on the side, whichever's comfortable for you. Close your eyes and begin to focus on your breath again. And focusing on your breath. And I'm going to read a little inspirational again. Finding Peace Within by Madison Taylor. If we are to have true peace in the world, we must first find it within ourselves. Most people agree that a more peaceful world would be an ideal situation for all living creatures. However, we often seem stumped as to how to bring this ideal situation into being. If we are to have true peace in this world, each one of us must first find it in ourselves. If we don't like ourselves, for example, we probably won't like those around us. If we are in a constant state of inner conflict, then we will probably manifest conflict in the world. If we have fighting within our families, there can be no peace in the world. We must shine the light of inquiry on our internal struggles because this is the only place we can really create change. When we initiate the process of looking inside ourselves for the meaning of peace, we will begin to understand why it has always been so difficult to come by. This in itself will enable us to be compassionate toward the many people in the world who find themselves caught up in conflicts, both personal and universal. We may have an experience of peace that we can call up in ourselves to remind us of what we want to create. But if we are human, we will also feel the pull in the opposite direction, the desire to defend ourselves, to keep what we feel belongs to us, to protect our loved ones and our cherished ideals, and the anger we feel when threatened. This awareness is important, and our cherished ideals and the anger we feel when threatened. This awareness is important because we cannot truly know peace until we understand the many tendencies and passions that threaten our ability to find it. Peace necessarily includes, even as it transcends all of our primary energy, much of which has been expressed in ways that contradict peace. Being at peace with ourselves is not about denying or rejecting any part of ourselves. On the contrary, in order to be at peace, we must be willing and able to hold ourselves and all our complexity in a full embrace that excludes nothing. This is perhaps the most difficult part for many of us because we want so much to disown the negative aspects of our humanity. Ironically though, true peace begins with a willingness to take responsibility for our humanity so that we might ultimately transform it in the light of our love. And I don't know if we